Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, so let's talk about the situation with Rashidi Ellis. At the end of the day, I just got to keep it a buck. I just got to speak for myself. I can't speak for other people, but I'm just one of these dudes. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I'm just going to keep it a buck. At the end of the day, man, that fight wasn't even remotely close to being a majority decision in favor of Villa. He clearly lost that fight. This fight is exactly a repeat of Sergio Martinez versus Julio Cesar Chavez one, where pretty much Sergio Martinez dominated pretty much the majority of the fight, except for the 11th round when he got dropped. He pretty much was in cruise control, and I felt the same thing for Ellis. Ellis was in cruise control. How do you lose a fight and you basically won the first 10 rounds? Worst case scenario, he won 9 of the first 10 rounds. I thought he clearly won 10 rounds. At the end of the day, he started to fade out. He started to, get tired. But at the end of the day, he was in complete control of that fight. And for that fight to be even be a majority decision, it was absurd. The scoring was horrible. And at the end of the day, the broadcast team was very biased. Let's just keep it a buck. That fight wasn't even close. And I know one of the color commentators was saying, hey, too little, too late. And that's exactly how I feel. It's no way Ellis should have lost that fight. That fight was a robbery. Okay? Real talk. How do you win the first 9 to 10 rounds and then you lose by a majority decision? At the end of the day, I should have known something weird was going to happen. I knew they couldn't get through one card without something controversial happening. At the end of the day, you look at what happened with Meek Mills and Gary Russell Jr. By the way, I spoke on that video. And then you look at what happened with Ellis. I mean, come on, let's just keep it a buck. It's something that I want to say really bad, but I'm going to leave it alone for right now. I'm going to be cool for right now. But we got to be honest. It's just no way anybody, and I'm sorry, with common sense, I don't care how prejudiced you are or, or whatever the case may be, potentially racist or whatever the case may be. If you sit up there and think Villa won that fight, you're nuts and you're a liar. I'm not being politically correct, and I'm not trying to say, well, I can see how. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Ellis got robbed. That was a flat out robbery. The only way Villa should have won that fight is by a stoppage. Even his corner didn't think he was winning the fight. They said, you got to knock him out. You got to knock him out. You got to knock him out. So they didn't even think he was winning. But at the end of the day, Villa, I give him credit. I hope he is a man of his word. He said he'll give him a rematch. So maybe Tank versus Ryan Garcia, they could put together a rematch. And this time I think Ellis should have been a little bit more aggressive. I think this time Ellis should have took more risks. And I think this time Ellis is going to have to, based off the fact that, he got dropped in the last round and he still lost the fight. He might as well just go for broke and see what happens. One thing about fighters, sometimes they have a problem with punch placement. Picking your spots. At the end of the day, Villa was very defensively challenged. So there was, I think Ellis took a little bit more chances. Who knows what could have happened with him? Maybe the results would have been different. Maybe he would have got a stoppage. Maybe he would have dropped them a couple of times. But he was in clear control of that fight. And for him to lose that fight the way he did was a travesty. It was a flat out robbery. And I'm not finna play these games. I'm not finna play these games because I want a certain type of following. I want certain type of people to listen to me, and I want to be politically correct. No, I'm not being politically correct. That fight was a travesty. It was clearly a loss for Villa. He didn't think he won. His team didn't think he won. And basically those judges should be investigated. And that's just flat out. I'm going to tell the truth. Forget being politically correct. I'm not going to be politically correct. I'm not going to follow a script. I'm not going to say what people want me to say. So let's just stop it. Anyway, this your boy Town Biz. I'm out.